Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. Well, I say different, it's very similar to every video I do. It's Celtic related, it's about a Celtic game. No, you know, it's quite a normal video, but it's something I've never done really on the channel. And that is preview a league game that isn't an Old Firm match against Rangers. I know, I can already hear the first comments about using the term Old Firm. I posted the poll on my channel community section a couple of weeks ago saying, would you like me to more often do match previews, reviews for basically every league game? And I looked at the response and the vast majority of you wanted me to do this. So we're going to try it out. We're going to see how it goes. Now, the reason I've never done it over the last 2 years, I've never went in and previewed league matches against anybody else apart from Rangers, is because really, I feel like I'd just be saying the same thing every week. Obviously, Celtic are the most dominant team in the Scottish Premiership. We are expected to go in and win the majority of our games, home and away, and we're expected to do the same thing. I just feel like there would be not much of a variety in what I'm saying, but this year, as we've seen from the opening of the season, the league is a lot more open. It's a lot more interesting. Things haven't gone to plan exactly for Celtic as of yet. Things are starting to pick up, I hope. But, you know, it's an interesting season, and you know what? I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. And, you know, let's just make these videos. Let's see how they go. So, obviously, Celtic back into club action after the international break against Hibernian this Saturday at Hibs at Celtic Park, in a match which, by no means, will be a hard one. It'll be a difficult game. It will. Let's be honest, Hibs are a team who posed us a great challenge last season. A team that were arguably the most difficult side to play in the league last year. They did not make life easy for us, and they're a team who still will not make life easy for us. Not a lot has changed at Hibs. They lost 2 of their key players, but they have improved well. They have still got a manager who knows what he's doing. He's playing the right type of football. He plays entertaining football. They made decent signings to replace the likes of McGinn and McGear. They've still got a good team though, and they've proven that with the start to the season they've had. You know, it took a wee minute to pick up and get going. But ultimately, they're above us in the league right now. We've had very similar starts. The only difference is they've had 1 more draw and we've had 1 more loss. That's the only difference to how the season has started. They're on 17 points, we're on 16. They're second, we're third. Look, Hibs are no joke. They haven't been since they've came back up to the top flight. Last season they done remarkably to come up and finish where they did for their first season back in the top flight. And I did expect them to do really well. I really did, especially with Neil Lennon at the helm of things. And this season they're a team who I predicted to finish second. They're a team that you can't take lightly. And they are going to make it difficult no matter if it's at Celtic Park, which it is this weekend, or at Easter Road. Last season the track record went that we drew with them at Parkhead 2-0. We then drew them at Easter Road 1-0. This is in the league only, by the way. We then managed to beat them at Celtic Park 1-0 in a very, 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 very lucky win. And then 2-1 loss to them at Easter Road. So, I mean, it was a very, very, very even set of encounters between us and Hibs last season. They were by far the most difficult team to play, as I've already said. 1 win, 2 draws and 1 loss. We also managed to beat them in the cup semi-final, of course, 4-2, which was a more kind of convincing performance against Neil Lennon's men. But we'll kind of keep the League Cup and Scottish Cup, the cup football, out of the way when we're trying to talk about these games. We're obviously coming off the back of something that we have not seen yet this season. That was an emphatic performance, and that was goals, attacking football, and a confident display, something that we've lacked this season. Obviously, from pre-season right through to that point, we lacked a real confident display on the park. We never really had a performance that made us sit down and go, okay, yeah, we looked, apart from the Rangers game where we looked really good. Take that match away. In the Champions League qualifiers, we looked nervy. We ended up, you know, paying the price and losing out on our spot in the Champions League and going into Europa League. Even the Europa League qualifiers and the start of the Europa League has been nervy start. And the league in general has been a nervous start, winning games 1-0 and, you know, almost dropping points here and there and dropping points here and there. You know, we've dropped a lot of points so far to start off this season, and when you put that aside, alongside, the success of the last 2 years, and questions were starting to be asked. But then we went to St John's, we went up to Perth 2 weeks ago, and we absolutely obliterated them, blew them out of the park, a 6-0 win. James Forrest bagging 5 of the goals. And an insane performance. Was it 4 or 5? Can't even remember now. It was 2 weeks ago. It slipped my mind. The one thing that could have disrupted everything that was built from that game is the fact that there has been an international break in between. Which was the kind of story with what happened after the Rangers win. You know, we played Rangers, we played incredibly well, We looked like we were back to our best, and you know, all the momentum and all the excitement that was carried from an Old Firm win, a Derby Day win, and putting them back in their place was just kind of put to, you know, rest. It was flattened by the fact we had a 2-week international break, and I'm hoping the same doesn't happen because of that 6-0 win and then another 2-week international break. I'm hoping it doesn't happen again, because we really need to now take the advantage that we have been given with Hearts dropping points that weekend, us being now a ball head away off both Hibs and Hearts. We need to grasp this opportunity and now take the opportunity to move above them. We need to do it. We need to stop being so... You know, what I loved about the St John's performance is we stopped fearing going forward and being a little bit relentless and taking chances and taking risks. You know, we played attacking football. It wasn't side-to-side passing. It's not so much in the second half. Second half was a bit slower. They went out to 10 men. It kind of changed the complexity of the game altogether. And the whole game sort of took a different approach for both sides when they went down to 10 men. They suddenly buckled down a lot more. They were like, right, we cannot concede another 5 goals here. That would be embarrassing. So they kind of buckled themselves down, and it made it difficult for us in the second half. But that first half performance against St Johnstone, especially that first 45, is what we need to do against Hibs. Now, Hibs are a far better team than St Johnstone. They are going to be better at capitalising on mistakes, too many men forward, slack passes, all these little things that could go wrong. I think Hibs are going to be far better. That's what they're really good at that. Neil Lennon is really good at capitalising on mistakes. I mean, Christ, he was Celtic manager for God knows how long. He knows what to expect from us. We've seen how he got his win against Barcelona when he was in charge, capitalising on mistakes. Set pieces and such, everything for Hibs adds up, and giving them half chances is giving them full chances. We need to make sure we are ready to be smart at the back and, you know, really effective moving forward, as effective as we were against St Johnstone. I don't want to see us take this approach where we're, you know, passing side to side again just because it's back from the international break, and Hibs are a better side right now, statistically, a better side than us from the league start. I hope we do not take that approach. Hopefully we do go for it. And yes, that does leave us open, and that does leave us prone to them maybe finding ways to get through our defence and creating more chances and scoring goals and such. But if we can move forward and create more chances than usual, more dangerous chances, we are the team that is more capable of scoring. We have got the more lethal and clinical players on our side. And that does pose a question of who do we start up front and such, and how do we play? Does Sinclair come in? Does Edouard start up with Griffiths? And all these questions do come into profession. I can't even talk. Why am I using words I don't fucking know? All these questions do come into mind. But, you know, if we do create these chances, we have the players who are capable of taking them. So I'll hopefully we take that approach of don't look back, let's get forward, let's keep the intensity up like we did against St Johnstone. And we saw what the result gave us. It gave the fans a lease of life and a sense of relief. It gave the players a sense of relief. It gave everything surrounding the whole animosity and the doubt and everything that was surrounding us because of that poor start to the season. It really kind of relieved a lot of it away. And we need to continue that with a good result against Hibs. It would move us above Hibs for a start. And if Hearts drop points, if they lose, we could move above them as well. But the reality of them losing their game at the weekend is a bit slimmer. But, you know, you never know. We could end up top of the table after this weekend. Or can it? Are we 4 points behind Hearts? I can't remember. As for my team selection, who we'd play, now, I don't think too many changes should be made from that St Johnstone match. Let's be honest, the system worked. We scored 6 goals. There's no need to change up the team massively. Now, the fitness concerns and such, hopefully now after this break, especially within the back line, are hopefully going to be scrubbed out. Hopefully we can see the return of Benkovic, the return of Ayer, all these centre-halves that we need. So we're not sitting playing Hendry and Simunovic, you know, which isn't as reassuring as what we could possibly have between Ayer, Boyata and Benkovic. Hopefully, a lot of people were asking the question, should Brown be dropped because we looked better without Brown? We were creating more chances and such because he didn't play against St Johnstone. But at the end of the day, Scott Brown has been such a pillar in the success of Brendan Rodgers' Celtic side. We can't just drop him. We'll see how the game goes against Hibs, and let's see if Scott Brown is the reason why we're not playing as fast flowing attacking football as what we were against St Johnstone. Then maybe more questions can be answered, but I wouldn't drop Brown. I get him back into the team if he is available. As much as I like Big Malumbu and other players I like to get a chance, Brown, he is captain invincible. We need him in the team. Let's be fucking honest. Hibs, they're going to have a strong side. They're going to want to go forward. They're going to want to create chances. They'll want to be entertaining just like us. We've got to be ready for this. It's going to be a tough game. Hopefully we get a nice wee start post-international break and get back into the swing of things. And really just claim back our fucking spot at being the top team in Scotland, which I never doubt, no matter how badly we started this season. I never doubt it. until the day comes where we do lose the title, but that's not any time soon, let's be honest. My score prediction for the match itself, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Celtic win. Yes, that doesn't seem as convincing as how I'm making out. I'd like to see the Celtic performance, but Hibs are a tough team, let's remember that, and hopefully we do see some goals. So if you agree with me, let me know. Let me know your opinions to my opinions. Let me know your predictions for the scores as well. And if you've enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.